Myrna and I were fairly young, and we used to, with the children, we used to go out to art shows.
We loaded the 3 children in our poodle, and off we went to street fairs.
I was really struck by glass, which was a very, very new movement.
And it was just pretty. I mean, nowhere did I think it was going to become a collection. So we buy what we like, and we saw this little piece of glass, and we bought it.
As glass expanded, it moved more into a field as art rather than as craft. It's a very light space.
Well, we wanted floating walls.
And we wanted something that would be light and would be airy as this is, and yet have wall space so that the pieces could be shown to their best degree. In this space, there is a wonderful installation by William Morris as you walk in. There's also a huge piece by John Kaneko, who is a ceramicist. One of the best pieces that I think, though, is the Robert Arneson, one of his huge heads. We have some pieces by Christine Federici, Berkeson Picasso ceramic collection, which is also here. He designed them back in the 60s, and they were made as limited editions. This is one of my favorite pieces. It's done by an artist by the name of William Carlson, who is 20 years with the University of Illinois. Myrna and I were very instrumental in bringing him down to the university as head of our glass department, and he now is the holder of an endowed chair in the arts.
Probably the Stanislaw Levinsky. He was in my estimation, the greatest artist working in glass. His pieces are very simplistic, and yet it's got the dimension, the depth, the power. It's an existing world. You walk around it, you see different things, and that's what glass is all about. It has a life of its own. Where you put it, it picks up from its environment.
The Tom Paddies, they have such power in them that even though they are very, very small, it's like you're looking at something that is really, really huge.
And there's Clifford Rainey. He gives his pieces a tremendous amount of thought, and he maybe creates a half a dozen a year. That's all he does.
The playfulness of Richard Jolly. The early artists, and still a lot of them today, they like working with it because of its immediacy. You're working with a liquid.
It's hard, it's hot, it's difficult. You don't primarily work alone. You have a group, and everything's got to be very synchronized.
We have been collecting glass for approximately 30 years, and as we have gone along in collecting, we've become very, very close to a number of the artists.
This is part of collecting glass that makes it so nice. 99% of them are alive. It's really great to know the person behind the piece of art. There is so much knowledge behind these pieces. These artists with their little kilns played around with glass. But what has been achieved now is through education.
We are continuing to buy, we are continuing to collect. I expect that what we will do is we'll have a revolving collection here as we get new pieces or different pieces. They will come into the gallery and we will take these back home to enjoy.
A collector collects. Collecting never stops collecting. It's like breathing. And you never get tired of living with it and looking at it, and you're always looking for the next piece. We do not premeditatedly go out to buy glass. We wander around and things just up here. I have found, looking at other people's collections, you can point who owns what collection. You know, people will say to you, owners get to look like their dogs. The collections look like the owners. The personality is with the collection. No two ways about it.